My name is Adrian, and this is my story. I grew up in a small town, Powell, North Carolina, and that's me. I'm just a country boy that's living a dream, just trying to make my day a blessing every day. My grandfather, John Sessom Sr., he was like the father figure to me. Growing up with him was a blessing. And he was a deacon in the church, and he taught me a lot of stuff. We go to church every Wednesday and every Sunday. From the time it opened to the time it closed, we was at church. I love him for that. He just did everything with the church, and I embraced it. Basketball played a big role in my life because it kept me from out the streets. It kept me focused. It kept me in school. It kept me on a track where I want to better myself. The game, it really changed my life growing up. And when I went to college, my first year, I didn't play a second. So I was depressed, like, this is not for me. The second year, I was a starter, and my grandfather came down. He wasn't himself, and I found out that he had open heart surgery a couple weeks before. A couple weeks went by, a month went by, my mom called me, and she told me that your grandfather passed away. It was the most devastating day of my life. So that took a turn, like my world went upside down because I didn't know what to do. I was heartbroken because he was my guy, the guy that I felt that knew me the best, loved me the best. So when he passed away, I couldn't even walk inside the church before crying. That hit me hard to the core. So after that, my life took a change because I stopped going to church. I felt like church wasn't important. I don't need to go to church. I don't need God in my life. Because I was angry at God because you took somebody that I really cared about. It took me down a path that I really didn't want to go, but I felt angry. When my grandfather passed, I didn't have the love for playing anymore. So years went by, just living how I want to live, not caring. I have a 6-year-old son. He's a blessing, and I love him dearly. And I'm having another son in June. And when I found out I was having another child, it made me think that, all right, Adrian, it's time to focus, buckle down, and start living through Christ. Start walking his path, because trying to do it by yourself is not gonna work. Let him bless you and let him just look over you. So my kid's been a big factor to like, okay, it's time to change and focus on the right path. I was invited to Focus by a friend, and I went there just to see how it was because I haven't been in church in years. The people I met at Focus, it's been a blessing. They're the most kind people I ever met. They probably met me a few times, and every time I go, it's how you doing? It's like, it's so much love. That love that it's what I needed. It's like God saying, keep coming because we're gonna love you no matter what. Since this quarantine, I've just been watching on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I just been, every Sunday, I've been checking in. I would listen to Paul's one Wednesday. I listened to that story, and I felt like that could have been me. Her son could have been me growing up. It touched me to the core where I had to tell somebody I need to change my life, left for the better. And Dave was the guy that really pushed me over. He hit me up on Facebook, and I told him, look, I want to change my life for God, to walk in faith. I'm ready to get baptized. Whatever I need to do to change my life, I want to do it. He said, okay, let's do it. So from that day on, I dedicate myself to change my life. If you grew up in church, always come back to it, because it's the place where God knows the right answer. He's going to show you and tell you what you need to do. Just listen to that story last week. It just opened up my eyes that I wanted to tell my story. And my story just, look, if you just been in the church and haven't felt that connection, just stay with it, and because God, he knows what's best for you. And Focus has been a big part of it, and I love the community in Focus. They show me a lot of love, and something that's touched me. It's like, this could be your church home. And I can't wait for this quarantine to be over so I can go back to being around just the loving people at Focus.